The Sunshine Tree. There once was a dear old woman named Carrie, who lived alone in a little house on top of a wooded hill. She had a kind word for everybody, and was always quick with a helping hand in time of need. Outside the window of Carrie's house there grew a wonderful tree. People called it the Sunshine Tree, for it was covered with golden flowers all year long. So bright was the light from these flowers that it seemed as if the sun itself were shining in Carrie's house. And now it happened that the house where Carrie lived was not her own, and when her landlord heard about the Sunshine Tree, he came one day to see it. "Beautiful!" cried the landlord. "Upon my word, it is even more beautiful than I heard tell. I will have it moved to my own house at once." "Oh, please don't do that," cried Carrie. "If you just take a cutting, it will soon grow into a tree as fine as my own." "Are you sure?" asked the landlord. "Oh, yes," said Carrie. "I give many cuttings to the neighbors hereabout." "What? You give away cuttings?" cried the landlord. "Whatever for?" Carrie looked at the man in surprise. "Why, sir," she said, "my neighbors are very kind to me, and there is little I can do to show my thanks. It is good to bring a little sunshine into the lives of others." "I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about," said the landlord. "When I have something wonderful, I like to keep it all to myself. For how can a thing seem wonderful if everyone else has it too?" By this time the landlord was growing angry. "Enough of this talk," cried he. "If you think a cutting is as good as a tree, you may keep a cutting. And as for me, I want the tree itself, and that is that." Then he went off to tell his men to come and take the tree. Poor Carrie! She thought that her heart would break when the landlord came with his men. There was only time to dig the cutting before the men began to dig. They put the tree in a wagon and rode away. And when they were gone, Carrie planted the cutting where the Sunshine Tree had stood. To her surprise, it began to grow at once. The next day it was covered with flowers, just like her old tree, and the light from the golden flowers filled her little house with sunshine, and her heart was joy. But Carrie's joy did not last very long, for the next day the landlord came again. "My tree has died already," he told her, "yet your cutting grows like magic. It must be that the Sunshine Tree can grow only in that ground where your house is. You'll have to move, old woman. I'll pull down your house and build myself a home here. If the Sunshine Tree will not come to me, I will come to it." The news that Carrie would have to move was quick to reach her neighbors. All of them liked the old woman, and they tried to find ways to help her. One farmer gave her a piece of ground in his garden, and then when Carrie's old house was torn down, her friends brought new wood to the place where the new house would be, and with everyone working together, they started to build a new house for their kind old friend. And on the same day that Carrie's new house was finished, the landlord moved into his fine big home on the hill. And then the landlord gave a party so that all his friends would come and see his wonderful Sunshine Tree. "Beautiful!" cried the ladies, and they threw up their hands in wonder. "And just think," said one of them, "it must be magic, for it can even move." And suddenly everyone noticed it. The tree was moving. Its great limbs went up and down like two golden wings, and the people watched in wonder. It pulled itself out of the ground and flew away. Down the hill flew the Sunshine Tree until it came into the little house where Carrie lived. And there before the window it set itself down. And when Carrie ran out a moment later, there the tree stood, as if it had always been there. The old woman threw her arms about the tree and cried for joy at having it back. That night a great storm came up. The wind howled in the treetops. The rain splashed on the roof. But inside the new little house, Carrie was warm.